Hi, word builders! I just got back from Miss Stratton's kindergarten classroom. I found a jacket outside that I knew was hers. Can you guess how I knew it was hers? Her jacket had a label on it with her name. She wrote her name on the tag. She wrote Stratton. And when I read Stratton, I knew it was hers. And I thought, hey, you guys know how important your name is. Your name can return lost items to you. She would have lost her jacket if it didn't have her name on it. I knew to give it to her. And then, when I got into her classroom, I saw something even more amazing. When I went to give her her jacket, she said, just put it in the coat closet. And I thought, I'm not sure where the coat closet is. So I looked around, and when I found it, I saw a sign on it, a big sign. And I loved the sign. The sign said, coat closet. So I knew it was a coat closet. Now, I want you to think about the last time you went to Target. You know how Target always has a sign on it that says Target, even though we know that it's a Target without the sign? Well, that's how I felt about the coat closet. I thought, I kind of know that that's a coat closet without the sign, but I really loved that that sign was there. It helped me sound out the word, coat, closet, and it made sure that I really knew that that was the coat closet. That got me thinking, why don't I have a sign like that in my classroom? And then, when it was time for me to leave Miss Stratton's room, I'll admit I didn't leave right away. I was being kind of sneaky. I snuck around and let me tell you what I saw. I saw another sign in her room. I saw a sign on her sink. Can you guess what the sign on the sink said? It said sink. And then I saw another sign on her desk. Can you guess what the sign on the desk said? The sign on the desk said desk. And then, in the block area, can you guess what the sign I saw said? It said block area. All of the items in her room have labels so that I know what they are, so that her students know what they are, and so that anyone who goes into her room knows where those places are and what those things are called. Today I want to teach you that when you want to label something, anything, you can use the names you know, like the names that we've studied on our word wall, to help you figure out how to write that label. You say the thing you want to write slowly, and listen for all of the sounds. When you hear a sound, you can think, who has that sound in their name? Then you can write that letter. Friends, this is huge news, because that means from now on during phonics time, we won't just be learning names, but we'll also be using those names to write tons of other stuff. Now, yesterday, we talked about how Mabel can rhyme with Babel and label. And you've even been talking about labels in your writing with Miss W3. Today we're going to talk more about labeling since I saw all the wonderful labels in Miss Stratton's room. So I was thinking that today we could label the... Oh no. Friends, you will not believe what I am seeing. Let me show you. Mabel has fallen out of her bed. Mabel's lying on the floor. You can see her bed right above her, right there, but Mabel is on the floor. Now, I'm thinking that maybe she fell down sometime last night, and maybe the custodian didn't see her or didn't know where to put her back. So what could we do to make sure that if this ever happens again, someone knows where to put her? What could we do? In Miss Stratton's room, she uses labels so that people know where things go. Do you think that we could try to use labels so that the custodians, other teachers, and even students know where Mabel goes if she falls? Let's try to use a label. We need to put a label on her bed. Since we're putting a label on the bed, what is the label going to say? Since we're putting a label on the bed, the label is going to say bed. That will show anyone who goes over there that that is Mabel's bed, and the bed is where Mabel belongs. So now we need to write a label for the word bed. First, we need to hear all of the sounds in bed. Bed, bed. I'm saying it too fast to hear the sounds, aren't I? Let me slow it down. Ed. Bed. Okay, Now I can hear the sounds. I'm wondering, do you think there are any names on our word wall that could help us sound out bed, or that could help us write the first letter in bed? Let's look. These are the names that we have so far on our word wall. Do you think Jones could help us write bed? No, Jones and bed have different sounds. What about Stark? No, Miss Stark's name doesn't start with b. What letter could help us write the first sound in bed? Miss Buttry! Miss Buttry's name starts with a B, just like bed. So we know that we can use that B to write the word bed. Let's start it. Let's start writing our label for bed. Now, we're gonna start with a B. When I write a B, I start with a straight line down, scooch up, and around. There's my B. Okay, we have the B for bed, but all it says is B. Is someone gonna know that's a bed? It just says B. Let's sound out the next sound. Be. Which letter says like egg and elephant? Shout it out if you know it. E says like in bed. When I write an E, I draw a little line across and then go around. We have bed. We need the last sound in bed. Let's stretch it out. Say it slowly. Bed. Bed. D like dog. D like dolphin. D like Davenport, my name. I know that's a D. Let's write a D. To write a D, we draw a line down, scooch up, and then around. We wrote the word bed. Now we have a label for Mabel's bed. Let's go put it on Mabel's bed so that she never gets separated from it again. Bed. And now we can put Mabel safely back in her bed. Doesn't she look so much happier now? Thank you for all of your help, word builders. Now Mabel's bed has a label. She knows where she's supposed to sleep, and anyone who sees her on the ground knows that she belongs in the bed because they can read and sound out the label bed. But I was thinking, we didn't solve the problem of Mabel falling out of the bed. Now, I don't know how Mabel keeps falling out of her bed, but we need to put something around the bed so she doesn't fall out. I was thinking we could put something over the bed to keep her from falling out. A tent. We could use a tent to keep Mabel from falling out of her bed. But if we use another object for Mabel, we need to label it. We're going to need to make a label for the word tent. Now, think about the first letter in tent. Let's go over to our name wall to see if a name can help us solve what the first letter is. Let's find the letter T. I found it. Oh no, we ran into a problem, word builders. We've got no name that starts with t. But I can see in the picture that T is the first sound in turtle. Turtle starts with a T. We can use a T for the first sound in tent, just like turtle. So let's start writing our label for tent. We know that the first sound and the first letter is T. When I write a T, I go down and across. T. Let's stretch out the word tent so we can figure out the next sound. Tent. Is the next sound. Like egg. And we put an sound in bed. I know that is an E. For E, I go across and around. Next sound, t, and, ten, like nest, like no. It's an N. When I write an N, I go down with a little bump. 10. Last sound, tent, tent. The last sound sounds a lot like the first sound. T, and, tent. We have a label for Mabel's tent. Now that we've solved the problem of labeling Mabel's bed, and we solved the problem of her falling out of it by making a label for the tent and getting ready to make a tent for Mabel, we can study a star name. Let's study a name by using the steps that we know to study a name. We read it, clap and stomp the beats, count the letters, study the letters, and cheer it. Can you guess the name? Can you guess the name? Hi-ho the dairy-o, can you guess the name? It starts with an S. It starts with an S. Hi-ho the dairy-o, can you guess the name? The name, the star name today is Sam. Maybe you know someone named Sam. First we read it. Sam. Then we clap and stomp the beats. Sam. Try it with me one more time. Sam. Sam just has one beat or one syllable. Sam, it's very short. Count the letters. 1, 2, 3. Sam has 3 letters. Study the letters. Let's see what kinds of letters are in this name. A tall S, a small A, and a small M. No letters are repeating. Now let's cheer Sam's name. He has 1 tall and 2 small. So stand up, iPad somewhere safe, and get ready to cheer Sam's name. Ready? S-A-M. Do it with me one more time. S-A-M. We have studied another star name that we get to add to our name chart. Now, which letter do you think Sam will go under? Will Sam go under T for turtle? Or will Sam go under S like snake? Sam will go under S. Sam will be on our name wall under Stark for Miss Stark and Stratton for Miss Stratton. It's time for Fast Phonics. Today we will not start by saying our letters and sounds in our letter bank because I have a very special treat for you on Friday and for every Friday from now on. So for today, let's start with studying our letters and then our word. Let's study the letter S. Let's say it. S. Say it. S. Let's sound it. S. Let's use it. Sun, starburst, slime, silly. Let's write it. Let's write the letter S. The letter S, uppercase S and lowercase s are windy, like a windy road or like a snake. Let's write the letter S. Uppercase S. Start at the top, go around and around. Lowercase s. Start at the top, go around and around. Uppercase s and lowercase s look a lot alike, but uppercase is bigger, lowercase is smaller. Let's study the letter T. Let's say it. T. Say it again. T. Let's sound it. T. T says T. Let's use it. T says T for turtle, tail, teacher, and toy. Let's write the letter T. An uppercase T is just a line down with a line across. A lowercase t is another line down and a line across in the middle, a line through it. The uppercase T has a line across on top. The lowercase t has a line across through it. Okay, we studied our letters. Let's study our words. I and can. I is the word we use when we're talking about ourselves. Can is the word we use when we're saying what we are able to do. I can. Let's say it. I. Let's spell it. I. Let's write it. Line down, across, across. Let's study can. Let's read it. Can. Let's spell it. Can. C-A-N. Can. Let's write it. C goes around A goes around with a line. N. Can. Sometimes I make mistakes when I write, but I fix it. I wrote the word can. Now let's put them in a sentence. Today, instead of writing a sentence, I have a whole sentence strip for you. It starts with, I can. I can see an astronaut. I can see an astronaut. Period. I can see an astronaut. This time I'm going to put it way close up to the camera, and I want you to read the words you see. I can see an astronaut. Great work, word builders. Today we learned how to label things to make things easier to find and so that we can sound out all of the letters and sounds in a word. You guys are going to be able to use that in your reading and your writing.